Alright, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Blink, 1994, starring Madeleine, Stowe, Aidan, Quinn, James Remar, Bruce A. Young, and Laurie Metcalf. This is a New Line Cinema release in 1994, filmed in Chicago. Damn, just looking at this movie makes me cold. Last time I was in Chicago around this time, 1994, the wind chill was 40 below. In other words, you don't want to be walking around in that shit too long. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I really love this flick. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I thought the beginning was kind of tedious, but the build-up didn't last that long. I mean, the murder happens pretty quick, like within the first half an hour. It's about Madeleine Stowe is blind, violinist playing some kind of Celtic Irish band in Chicago. She's got her Labrador, blind person's best friend, I guess. And I guess she went blind when she was 8 years old, and 20 years later she's going in for a cornea transplant. The cornea transplant is moderately successful. She's able to see, but it's blurry, and she starts having black flashbacks, which is not uncommon for a patient like this. Unfortunately, they try to give the impression like she was living in a land of darkness for 20 years, which is not the case for blind people, but usually they see colors. So you see that theme throughout the movie. I don't think it's correct, medically speaking. I could be wrong in her case, since she wasn't born blind. She got injured by her mother. Her mother smashed her face into the mirror. It's just because her mother didn't like Madeleine Stowe putting on her makeup. So you see flashback scenes of her mother doing that to her face. Kind of like a mommy dearest type stuff. And there's a love triangle between the doctor and the detective. I guess both men like mixing business with pleasure, which isn't good ethics, but anyway, she enjoys being there, playing the jealousy thing off each other. It looks like she gets a kick out of it. Anyway, she sees the murderer very blurry after all the commotion. She sees him running down the stairs, pretending to be the apartment manager or whatever, whispering to her so as to disguise his voice. The detective thinks that she's the only witness. Unfortunately, she doesn't remember what he looks like. He just remembers smelling the soap, which is a good clue, actually. We learn later on. There's a strong smell of soap. The murderer likes to wash his hands clean, all the blood, with a very strong odor soap thing. So I don't want to spoil it, but it's basically about the Keystone Cops in Chicago, kind of unable to figure out who the hell the killer is. It's kind of interesting, the plot twist in this thing. But anyway, somebody else gets murdered. Another one bites the dust in Milwaukee. Then there's another murder in Indiana. And slowly but surely, the detective is starting to piece together the puzzle. Of course, Madeleine Stowe is a prime target for the killer. In more ways than just witnessing the guy running down the stairs, I might add. So I wasn't too crazy about the music, but I enjoyed the storyline. I think it moved along really well. Had a good flow to it after the first murder. A lot of tension and hamming it up for the camera, emotional stuff going on, frustration, I guess. Madeleine Stowe's sexual frustration with men, her being blind until the age 28, and the frustration of the homicide department in Chicago there with the lieutenant. His name is Bruce A. Young. They were quite frustrated because kind of like the Boston Strangler, he just keeps going like the Energizer Bunny. And the cops can't catch him. So pretty cool flick. Really dark and dreary looking Chicago, I might add. Definitely remind me of what Chicago really is. I'm a big sports fan, but they show Michael Jordan and Sammy Sosa, I think. Anyways, pretty cool flick. Brought back some memories of Chicago. Mostly the freezing cold weather. It's not a good idea to hang out there around Christmas time or around Christmas time. So, anyways, I like this a lot more than I thought I would. It piqued my interest, especially after the first murder, like I said. So, good stuff. Check it out. I posted the trailer in the description box if you're interested. Fingers.